I recently ran across a poster that has made rounds on the internet. The obvious premise is that you should only trust in God and nothing else. While I understand this is all about faith in a person's deity, I wanted to share my thoughts after reading it. In this video, I will attempt to show why posters like this are ridiculous in the eyes of the atheist community. Let us begin. If this is your worldview, then you should embrace it wholly. Not just in a figurative sense, but in a literal sense as well. If you do truly believe in your deity so much, then you should be completely fine with the idea of surrendering everything that has been granted to you by science and mankind. After all, you shouldn't trust people or their ideas, whether proven or otherwise. So please, feel free to give up your computers, cell phones, the internet, microphones, and any advances that modern technology grants you. No more megachurches. They're based on modern architecture. Your God didn't draw up the plan, so you shouldn't be able to keep it. Let's not forget modern medicine. Next time you're sick, don't go to a hospital. Just pray over it, and your God will make you feel better. After all, you know you can't trust doctors or hospitals. Rely on God, not yourself, eh? So how on earth are you going to discern what is right or wrong? Apparently, you can't do anything without your God. So you have to rely on its judgment on what is right or wrong, which can vary based on what mood it's in. So taking that into consideration, how can you know if some nutcase who murdered somebody in the name of God is justified or not? Based on that logic, he has to be justified because of his reliance on his perceived deity. To make matters worse, you have no way of proving that God didn't tell him to kill someone. And you can't say he's wrong anyway, or that he was deceived because your judgment is flawed in the eyes of your own deity. You are in a stalemate because you can't determine what is universally moral or immoral on your own. Therefore, murder is justified as long as someone believes that their God told them to do it. And I'm sure some of you are saying, the God I have a relationship is the real God. Okay. How many other people from how many other belief systems believe the same thing? Apparently, psychotic mass murderers who say they take orders from God think so too. Who are you to tell them they're wrong? If you can justify murders in the name of God in your religious text, then you can't condemn him. Therefore, you are neither fit to serve on a jury, nor to demand what is in the best interest of government. Live for God, not this world. After all, you don't need all the comforts of modern science and technology. Wait for that world you believe is coming, even if you can't prove it. Heaven forbid if it isn't there and you did all of this for nothing. If it makes you happy, go for it. So trust your deity. Rely on his ability to fulfill all of the benefits that you're enjoying because of science and technology. Get rid of all of these human-developed gadgets and techniques. Don't rely on them. Let your deity do all of this while you wait in a cave somewhere building fire out of straw and kindling. He'll make it happen, right? Practice what you preach. Trust your God over everything. If the previous statements I have made seem ridiculous to you, then you now realize how ridiculous atheists think this poster is. If your principles are founded in the idea that you should rely on nothing but your deity, then you should live in the manner I have just described. It's hypocritical to say that you trust solely in your deity, but you don't actually trust it to provide your day-to-day needs without science or technology. If you don't think you can do that, then maybe you might want to acknowledge that you rely on the world and the advances of mankind more than you might want to admit. If this is the case, don't be ashamed. It may mean that you're starting to realize that the God-only line of thinking doesn't make as much sense as you thought it did. Thanks for watching.